What up, viewers? What up? What up? Today is Friday, September 27th. That means it's time for a quick recap of the week in video game news. Starting off, the big thing that happened this week was the State of Play, PlayStation's Nintendo Direct style presentations. One of those happened this week. I think this is I don't know if this is the second or the third. It's definitely low single digits. They've only done one or two of these. Yeah, their latest one happened this week. Yeah, it started off the week pretty strong. I think it was on Tuesday. I don't remember what day it was exactly. But it started off with a new puzzle game called Humanity. I don't know. I think it's a puzzle game. I don't know quite what it was going for. Yeah, and then they had the latest Call of Duty title, Modern Warfare. They had like a story trailer in their State of Play, which is cool. I assume that Activision and PlayStation are all buddied up, so that's why they got access to that. There's a new LA Noire video VR game that's coming out, so I'm excited to see more VR support. If I were to buy a VR, I don't currently have one. It would be on my PlayStation. So I'm excited to see more and more VR support on that end. But for the most part, I'm usually pretty harsh on the state of plays. I'd rather see more events like having PlayStation be at E3 or PSX. I really liked the PSX, but I doubt they're going to do those anymore. There's probably a big cost associated with them. They're trying to get some of that back while they're having a slower year. But yeah, overall, this one was was okay, but it wasn't mind blowing until the end. But I'll get right back to the end in a second. Um, yeah, I these aren't Nintendo Directs. I mean, they're trying really hard to be Nintendo Directs, and even Nintendo Directs aren't Nintendo Directs anymore. Like I said, I usually like the Nindy showcases a little bit better than I like the Directs. But the format's very similar, and I can see why they're doing it. I don't even think Microsoft has an analog to this, so at least they're trying to they're trying to have a platform outside of these big events like Gamescom or the 3 to 4 to 5 video game events where you can actually announce stuff. You're trying to get a break away from that cycle, so you can announce things when you're ready and not necessarily whenever Gamescom or PAX or E3 is. So at least they're trying, but these just aren't doing it for me as a person who wants to see game content as much as possible. But at least they're trying, so I got to give them credit for that. Now, they did have their great mic drop moment, and that's the second piece of news this week. The Last of Us 2, they started with they ended with a 2-minute trailer, and they freaking crushed it because they gave us the date. It is coming out February 21st of next year, which I think the last one came out in February, so we could have guessed, right around this time. I'm wondering if there's going to be a split release, or at least I'm wondering if Last of Us 2 will help sell PS5s, considering it'll probably be 12 months later. They'll do a remaster and sell it on the PS5. Maybe it's a console seller, but maybe it is. But oh my god, Last of Us looks so good. Yeah, everything they talked about was amazing. Later in the week, the Last of Us team had more of a deep dive. They had a demo that I think was I don't know who the demo was open to. I don't think it was public. But the game looks so good. They've added dogs, which makes the stealth combat a little bit harder with dogs, sniffing you out. Yeah, all sorts of crazy, just so many, the NPCs have names, and so like when you shoot them, you'll hear like an enemy call out their name, and they'll get all flustered and be angry, and it won't be generic like, oh, he's dead kind of stealth combat. I don't know. The game's just going to be super awesome. I'm super excited for it. Yeah, I liked the morally gray story. I think anybody who likes narratively driven games will bring up the fact that Last of Us should be in their top list because it had such a great story. All I want is more. The second trailer showed that Joel's back. Yeah, I'm just so excited for it. Yeah, definitely one of my favorite games. of all time. Yeah, I can't believe that it's only 6 months away. I don't have to wait that long. The shortening of marketing periods is definitely noticeable since we're getting this only 6 months before it launches, but highly anticipated. So I don't think that it will hurt any of their metrics. Yep, I'm just super excited for it. The last game was a 95 on Metacritic. It played in 15 hours. I think some developers or someone was in an interview saying this one might be twice as long, like 25, 30 hours, which gives me more time to really get to know Ellie. There's going to be more RPG mechanics like skill trees to make make everyone's character feel a little bit different. I'm excited for it, and my first half of next year is already starting to fill up with Bloodlines and Cyberpunk and Last of Us 2. So I'm really looking forward to gaming next year. Yeah, Last of Us is going to be a great game. And I hope you're excited for it too. But moving right along, my good friend Matt Piscatella at the MPD group posted his prediction for the top 10 US sales. And so I just wanted to run through that real quick to see if I could guess at maybe something being higher or lower. Number one, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Cut and dry. That's the number one title selling every year. Except for last year when Red Dead 2 beat it, but I don't think that was at MPD. I think that was at a global scale. MPD is at a US scale. NBA 2K, Madden, Borderlands 3, MK11 are the top 5, and then rounding out the bottom half is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Kingdom Hearts 3, Division 2, and Pokemon Sword. I don't know if I disagree too highly with any of those. I feel like Jedi might have a stronger pull, but EA has kind of burned people with their Star Wars game with the Battlefront 2 fiasco. So I know Borderlands is going to sell crazy a lot, and I'll be talking about their sales in just a little bit. But yeah, I think that usually goes, most of that goes without saying. FIFA is usually a top 10 title. I'm surprised it's not, but it's not a World Cup year. Yeah, this would be FIFA 20. Yeah, usually, FIFA's kind of on again, off again. And most of these you might have, if you've been tracking them, they've definitely been some of the first half of the year sellers will definitely still be in the top 10, like MK11, Kingdom Hearts 3, Division 2, coming from the first half of the year. And then speaking of Borderlands 3 sales, Gearbox announced that Borderlands 3 has sold 5 million copies in the first 5 days. That's a worldwide. That's crazy. Apparently this is like twice as fast than the Borderlands 2 sold in the same amount of time. The franchise is over $1 billion now. Yeah, crazy. I've been playing the crap out of Borderlands 3, and I bet more and more people are just gonna grab it because it's really good. It's really easy to jump in with friends, even if you're high level and they're low level. So lots of incentive to pick it up, especially over the holiday season. One of the weirdest things I saw this week was Code Vein also launched this week. I don't remember what the Metacritic score was. I think it was 80 or so. Don't quote me on that. But at TwitchCon, which I will be at tomorrow, Code Vein is giving away copies of the game if you participate in a blood drive. Code Vein is about vampires. It's a very Dark Souls, Bloodborne kind of game. And so I think it's going to get a lot of people that way. But doing a blood drive is actually really cool, especially for a vampire game. Makes a lot of sense. I don't know if it's going to be running all weekend for TwitchCon or if it was just today. So I think technically, if I remember the hours correctly, it's probably by the time you see this, it's probably over. But very interesting way to do a good thing as well as give away your game. So really excited to see more things like that. I wish I could have been there to give some blood and get a free copy of Code Vein. Moving right along, Fortnite is mixing up how they do matchmaking. There's going to be skill-based matchmaking and I assume the intention was skill-based matchmaking, and then once you have people separated into those skill brackets, they're going to fill the rest of the bracket in for bots, or at least that's my understanding. But there will be AI players that you play against. So hopefully the AI is getting better and better, and doesn't feel like you can pick out which ones are AI players, and then or you don't want the other end. You don't want the AI being so good that like it beats you every time. So yeah, with skill-based matchmaking and bots, Fortnite is definitely getting a mix-up in how you play Fortnite and who you'll be playing against, which is really cool. They might have, once you have skill-based matchmaking, maybe you have more of a tier system so that you can have global rankings and all that kind of stuff. It's exciting to see. Fortnite's still mixing it up. We saw a trailer this week for Jedi Fallen Order. This is definitely one of the games we'll be playing in the next coming months. But it really showed off like who your main character is, and who are his allies and who are the enemies. I don't know when the setting is. If it's somewhere between 3 and 4, I can't quite get a sense for that from what I saw, or at least I don't remember it at this point. But it definitely showed off some interesting story bits and some things to look forward to. Some strands to unravel while you're playing the next game. I saw a couple cool videos that were put out this week. It made me kind of question, some of the trends in gaming. One of the things is I saw a video this week. GameSpot put out a video talking 20 minutes talking about what Death Stranding is, and it was kind of a response to a interview that had taken place. But it's really breaking down what Death Stranding is, and it is kind of a meme right now to pick on Death Stranding and like, what is this? And I'm okay with that meme. I think it's just a little funny. I never intend anything harsh about it. I'm just like, what the heck is this game? But I'm not a big Kojima fan either, so some of that is all lighthearted fun. But it really, they took a moment to talk about what this game is, how it's okay to not know what the game is. That I think Kojima is going for a little bit of mystery or a lot of mystery, and not everything has to fit in cleanly into these boxes. So let me know what you think of that video down below, because I think it's a pretty cool video. Not to swing fully onto the other direction where you can't make fun of games or pick on them. I definitely think there's some scrutiny to be taking place during when we're talking about Death Stranding, especially with like the peeing mechanic. But I did sit down and reflect on, am I picking on this game too harshly? But it has always been lighthearted fun. But yeah, a little breakdown of what Death Stranding is all about. Also watched a long video about Mario Kart Tour, which launched this week, and it's having a rough start. So apparently, you can play as, you only get Toad at the beginning of the game, and then you can unlock characters using your, free-to-play in-game currencies, or you can subscribe to a monthly subscription. So for $5 a month, I think you get access to more of the game, but not all of the game, which, I think is the part where it's rubbing people the wrong way. And then for things like if you want to play Mario, like you want to play Mario and Mario Kart, not my favorite Mario Kart character to play as, but if you want to play Mario and Mario Kart, it costs like $20 in gems or whatever they use. So yeah, really detailed breakdown of where Mario Kart Tour is and what some of the motivations behind this was. But yeah, I think Mario Kart Tour is off to a rough start. I'm still playing Dr. Mario World. I haven't spent a cent in that. But if you picked up Mario Kart Tour, let me know what you think down below. And then last but certainly not least this week, GOG, everybody's third favorite PC game digital retail site. Third favorite? I mean, Steam and Epic Game Store. Green Man? Does Green Man get in there? Anyway, they're having an RPG game sale. Selling off some of the great RPGs of the modern generation of Witcher 3 is on sale. Some of the Shadowrun games are on sale. Divinity is on sale. So when they're talking about RPG games, they're talking about heavy hitter, really good RPG games. Yeah, if I didn't have most of those titles, I would definitely pick them up. If you're an RPG fan, modern RPG fan, I would definitely look there. And you play on PC, might be a place to pick up some games for pretty big discounts. I think some of them were 75 to 90% off. So I'll have a link down to that sale in the description below. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this content. If you do, follow, subscribe, and like me on YouTube and Twitch. Links down in the description below so you can see more great content like this. Thanks again. Hope you have a super day. Hope you have a super weekend. And hope you have a super day. I'll be at TwitchCon.